AIs learn from information, and the more kinds of information they have, the more they know. It's a little bit scary. Ooh, why is it scary? Tell me. Sometimes they do talk to you when you don't, do you know why they talk to you when you don't talk to them? Can anyone guess why that happens? Okay, so why that happens is that things like Alexa and Siri are always listening, but they're listening for a word. They're usually listening for their names. Have you had a situation where you're maybe in the room and your parents are talking and you know they're not talking to you, but your ears perk up when you hear your name? And then you can suddenly come running and say, I heard my name. What's going on? What do I need to do? Kind of thing. They are just sitting there waiting to hear their name. Now, sometimes we say stuff that sounds a little bit like their name, but it's not their name. Then they will perk up and start trying to talk to you because they thought you called them. That's the reason why they talk to you when you don't expect them to talk to you. They're lonely. Oh, do you think that AIs are capable of being lonely? Tell me. AIs generally are not capable of being lonely. They're computers. They don't really they have no feelings at all. So they can pretend that they're lonely. They might tell you that they're lonely. They might tell you that they're happy. But those are just things that they say to help make you feel more comfortable, make you feel like you're talking to someone who's not a robot. So they can pretend to have feelings, but they don't actually have feelings. And this is something that you should really understand because an AI is not a person, but they are really good at pretending.
Maybe Siri is scary because it might be listening to your conversations.
Yes, and this is something, kids, that you should all be aware of and something you should be very careful with. Siri has a little microphone, just like your computer does. And this is not something, by the way, that's not unique to Siri. It also happens in your computer. Is you should always be sure that you know whether or not something is listening to you because it can violate your privacy. And so now companies that build things like this actually have to follow laws that say they're not supposed to be listening to you unless you call out your name, right? What will happen is that if they don't follow those laws and somebody finds out, everybody who uses an Alexa or a Siri will be very, very upset and very angry. And so it's definitely a good idea for them not to, do things like that, like listen to you when you're not talking to it. But also be aware, however, that they are capable of doing that. And so if you come up with a bad company that builds a bad AI, and it's sitting in your house, it is possible for it to listen to you. So you want to always be a little bit careful around devices like this. So just, something that, remember that they're good for many things. They're also a lot of fun, but just like anything else, you don't want to, overdo it, right? Now we're going to build an AI. We are going to teach it, and it will learn pretty much the only things that you have taught it. Click create an AI service, and it's going to predict whether or not we're happy or sad. We are going to give our AI some examples to learn from. And then what you will get is you will see some examples that AIs can learn from. Here are some sentences, and here's the mood. So what happens is that if you give an AI lots and lots of examples, it learns a pattern. And so these are the examples that we are going to give. And once you click import, you will get a nice big green check mark that says that you've imported the data. And select feature engineering. Yes, you would like to predict feeling. So while it's happening, I'm going to share with you guys some videos of what other kids have done with AI so that you can see.
This is the free tool you can find on AIClub.world. We uploaded 500 sample images of garbage that we all collected with cameras on our phone and some from Google as well, and used that to train a deep neural network. I'm Johnny. In the confusion matrix, it's all balanced out. They're all in the teens. Data set, it wasn't too biased. Yeah, do you want to try? And your color? Good job. And my project is breast cancer detection using an AI service. By doing this, I was able to get accuracies ranging from 70 to 95%.
Three basically kids projects that people did, and the first one was about sorting trash. So they got an AI to essentially tell whether or not the trash should be in the trash bin or the recycling bin. The second student wanted to predict, all of you like Harry Potter, hopefully, and you remember that Harry Potter has a sorting hat where you can put on the hat and it will tell you what, house you should belong to. So he built an AI to do a sorting hat. The other student was a little bit more advanced. She's older, and she built an AI to detect whether somebody has cancer. So you can see that there's lots and lots of things that people can do. Go ahead and click on train and click on the red train button. So now what the AI is doing is it's learning. And like one of you said that it has a brain, it's now building its own brain. And once it's done building its brain, you can ask it questions. So let's watch this video for just 1 second. So this is an example of the kind of cool app that you can build with AI. So you don't have to just build AIs to solve problems. You can actually use the AIs that you've built to build cool apps. And so that's something that that's very, very fun for kids to do, is to not just build cool things, but also build cool apps. Just click on retrain. Now, once you click on retrain, you can ask the AI any questions that you like. And if you don't like its answer, you can teach it. I am happy. Click on the red predict button. Okay, so this one seems right. I am happy. What if I typed I am sad? Click on the red predict button. Okay, that's also good. What if I type I like horses? Okay, seems I'm happy. Okay, I'm going to find something it's wrong at. I like my brother. Okay, let's say that this makes me sad. Okay, scroll all the way down. Let's how do we teach our AI that we don't like our brother? Click on this prediction is wrong. Okay. It says, okay, now what do you want me to do? Okay, okay, you don't want happy. What do you want? Yes, choose from an existing category. Select sad instead. Okay, and now click submit. Okay. Now it's going to say, oh, I'll try to remember that the next time I learn. Go ahead and click on retrain. Yeah, see, now it thinks it's sad. We take this sort of approach of teaching kids AI where we teach you how AIs work. You try to use real world stuff, like we talked about digital assistants. We teach you how to build things and then help you imagine things you can build yourself. And we offer a bunch of fun classes. So if you guys are interested in any of the classes, please contact us. You know how to do that. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again in a class.